I, Rebecca Green, let my sister Emily Green go to my haute couture dress shop to pick a wedding dress. Before leaving, she was stopped by the intern Stella Fuller, who demanded $3 million for the dress. Helpless, she had to mention my name. I'm the boss's younger sister, I don't need to pay for the dress. Stella rolled her eyes. Don't lie to me. Our boss doesn't even have a sister. Looks like you can't afford it, huh? With that, she directly blocked Emily, looking impatient. I'll give you one last chance, either pay up immediately, or I'll tear your dress right now and make you walk out naked. Emily was stunned and hurriedly called me. When I rushed to the store in a panic, I heard Mila Brown, the store manager who had worked with me for years, respectfully standing behind Stella and warning Emily, I suggest you be smart. The woman in front of you is our boss's wife. Cross her, and you won't end well. Before the words finished, Stella stepped on Emily's face and looked down, saying, You actually dared to impersonate me? You've got some nerve. My hand froze on the doorknob. Then, I immediately cut off the access to my husband Vincent Simpson's supplementary card and dialed his number. I angrily said, Have I been too good to you? Or have I given you too much money, letting you afford to keep a woman outside? When I received Emily's call, I was about to drive back to the dress shop. I asked in confusion, What did you say? That new intern Stella Fuller claimed she's the wife of the shop owner? I smiled and shook my head. Didn't you tell her you're my sister? The next second, a crisp slap sound came through the phone, followed by Emily's scream. I realized something was wrong and immediately shouted her name into the phone. But what responded to me was Stella's ranting. This shop belongs to my husband. Wouldn't I know if my husband had a sister? Mila's voice followed closely, laced with a mocking tone. Let me tell you the truth. Today, you've messed with the wrong person. This shop belongs to Mr. Simpson, and the woman in front of you is his wife. If you want to skip the bill, at least come up with a decent excuse. Their arrogant conversation made me feel a bit uneasy. On our wedding anniversary a week ago, Vincent, who never gets involved in my dress shop business, suddenly begged me for a favor. He said, a neighbor's daughter from my hometown just graduated from college and can't find a job. Her mom reached out to me the other day asking for help. Remembering our old ties, I agreed right away. Honey, can she work at your shop? As if afraid I might refuse, he hurriedly raised 4 fingers and swore to me. He said, I promise, this girl is really smart and hardworking. You'll definitely be satisfied. I didn't think much and agreed. I sent Stella's information to my most trusted Mila. At that moment, Emily's call was suddenly cut off, and the last thing I heard was Stella's angry yelling. Thinking of this, I quickly asked the driver to drive while pulling up the store's surveillance footage. The image gradually became clear. At this moment, Emily was being violently pinned to the ground by Stella, slapped one after another. Emily hit while saying, You wore clothes from our store without paying, this is theft. Women like you who only know how to steal deserve a beating. Emily struggled desperately but still couldn't resist Stella's brute force. What made me even angrier was that Mila, who had been with me for 3 years, had now become Stella's accomplice. She crouched beside Emily, flipping through the ledger nonstop. She said, I just roughly calculated the accounts from the past 3 months. This B*TCH took over a dozen dresses from our store, worth a total of millions of dollars. Hearing this, Stella's anger instantly exploded. She grabbed Emily by the neck. You say you're my husband's sister? What sister? What's your relationship? Before I came to the store, how much more did you take from here? The scene made me tremble with anger. Seeing Emily's swollen cheeks, my heart ached, and I could barely breathe. At the same time, I called Vincent. I want to ask him why the so-called sensible sister he mentioned has now turned into a shrew and even dares to impersonate me. The call was quickly answered. Vincent's tone was cheerful. Honey, shouldn't you be working on your design sketches at this time? How do you have time to call me? Miss me? I took a deep breath and said coldly, Vincent, tell me, what exactly is your relationship with Stella? Why is she claiming to be your wife? The other side suddenly went silent, so quiet that I could only hear his heavy breathing and the sound of static. This silence completely ignited my anger. I spoke bluntly, Vincent, answer me. Have I been too lenient with you? Giving you the time and money to keep another woman outside? Vincent chuckled lightly. Rebecca, after all these years of marriage, do you still not trust me? All right, I don't have time to joke with you now. I have a meeting to attend. After saying that, he hung up the phone. When I called back, it was already unreachable. At this moment, anger consumed all my reason. Without any hesitation, I immediately dialed the secretary's number. Cancel Vincent's vice president position and have him pack up and leave immediately. And also, freeze his secondary card access immediately. I've always loved designing dresses, but I can't manage both the company and the dress shop at the same time. Thankfully, with Vincent's help, I had the energy to focus on what I love. To thank him, I promoted him to vice president of the company despite opposition from other managers. I even gave him a supplementary credit card under my name, letting him use it freely. The beautiful memories of the past make me wonder if my actions just now were too impulsive. Ms. Green, we've arrived, the driver's voice pulled me back from my thoughts. I quickly pushed open the car door and rushed into the store. The few people inside were all stunned. Stella glared at me impatiently. Who gave you permission to barge in like this? Don't you even know how to knock? I ignored her and walked straight toward Emily, who was curled up on the ground. She suddenly grabbed my hand, tears streaming down. Rebecca, you're finally here. What on earth is going on? Who exactly is Stella? Her voice was weak, but Stella still heard it. She looked at me with more fierceness in her eyes. You're this bitch's sister? Mila was even more surprised. Ms. Green, I didn't expect her to be your sister. As she spoke, there was a hint of disdain. I know you have talent in design, but you can't just bring your family to take clothes from our store for free, can you? I let out a cold snort, pretended to help Emily up, pointed at her injuries, and spoke coldly. Did you do this? Mila's expression flickered, she swallowed and forced herself to stay calm, saying, You should be glad I didn't call the police to arrest her. Do you know how many haute couture dresses she stole from the store under your name? And she even dared to claim she's Mr. Simpson's sister. At this point, she openly spat on the ground beside Emily. She cursed, You're shameless. Know your place, how dare you lie in front of the real Mrs. Simpson? After being flattered like this, Stella's expression grew even more arrogant. She first gave me a disdainful once-over, then fixed her gaze straight on my handbag. She demanded sharply, Where did you get this bag? I followed her gaze downward. Do I need to explain to you? And also, who told you this store belongs to Vincent? This dress shop was founded after I earned my first paycheck. I poured my heart and soul into this place. Suddenly, I realized the problem. Is it because Vincent is the legal owner of this shop that you think it belongs to him? I couldn't help but laugh. If that's the case, then I need to clarify something. This shop is... Answer me! Stella suddenly interrupted me. Where did this bag come from? Her whole face turned red with anger. Speak up! Rebecca! Answer me! Facing her questioning, I stood up straight. This bag was a gift from my husband. Stella angrily said, You're lying. As she spoke, she grabbed my hair. This bag is stolen by you. You thief! No wonder your sister dared to steal from my store. Turns out your whole family are thieves. Today, I'll beat you two bitches to death.